Going for another round. I'll get your water in just a minute, baby. Got our handy dandy ninja.
Yes, Mom.
Should we turn flash on? Oh, that's better. Whoa. Our poor ninja sounds tired.
Yeah. Is it the same as a line? Yeah. But that is a line. That is a
Take this off without making a huge mess. Yeah, we don't want to make a huge mess. We're going to make a mess. It happens. I'll get a spatula in just a minute.
Just a minute.
Yep. Just a minute. You know what? I sanitized it. I'll set it there. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Well, maybe I get to sleep. We get a baby to sleep.
Yeah, baby's going to have to go to sleep soon. Look at all that. We're going to make another batch of jam. Yeah, time to get the spatula. Continuing on in our batch 2 journey. Well, that's not very clean. So much for the dishwasher doing its job. Well, I guess we'll use this one. Here's our trusty squeeze bottle lemon juice. Quarter cup. We've got our 8 heaping cups of chopped strawberries blended up. Then our quarter cup, oh whoops, spill it everywhere. Why not? Just wouldn't be right if you didn't. Then our quarter cup of lemon juice. And we'll put in our box of pectin, Sure Gel, whatever you want to call it. Stir all that stuff in. Once this comes to a boil, we will put our 7 cups of sugar in. You heard that right, 7 cups. That's what this recipe calls for. Make sure all our chunks are broken up. Always keep a spatula nearby. I do this one-handed because I don't have a tripod set up and I don't have time to find it and deal with that right now. Oh, there's a chunk. Alright, we're going to work out the chunks and then we will wait for this to boil. Put our sugar in and come back. And the smell, oh my gosh, the smell of these strawberries is just heavenly. Yeah, you agree? Alright, we'll come back. Well, I've got one that's not happy, but that's the way it goes. Just do this quickly. I like to do one, get it stirred in. Okay, pause. Alright, bought myself a couple of minutes. Let's try to get the rest in. There's 2. Three. Come on. 4. I have to get out my other bag and stir this in a little bit. So that's 4. I had to get my other bag out. I didn't put the whole thing in yet because I'm just trying to get this done. So here's cup 6. I did put one in already. So there's 6. And here comes number 7. Alright, there's 7. There's our last one. Get this out of the way. Stir this in until it dissolves. Once we stir in our monstrous amount of sugar here, I'm going to turn it up to about medium. And then we wait for it to come to a rolling boil that cannot be stirred down. And once it gets to that point, we let her rip for a minute and keep stirring it. Then it'll be ready to go in our jars, which are hot and sterilized. Our lids and rings are hot and steamy. So everything's clean. Oops. Get our sugar chunks out. We're going to stir this for a minute so it finishes dissolving. And then we'll let it sit here and cook till it comes to a good boil. Look at that. It's so pretty. I'm going to start skimming some of this foam off. Using my spatula and clean off my spoon. I'm skimming more foam here. And the foam is so thick that it was containing our boil underneath. And as soon as I skimmed it back, I could see that it was boiling. It just wasn't boiling enough to break through that foam layer. Go ahead and stir this. And at least once more, maybe twice more, I'll skim some foam off. I'll probably do it once more and then wait till the end. It's getting nice and thick. It looks beautiful. This is what I call a rolling boil that can't be stirred down because I'm stirring it and it's still boiling, obviously. I'm going to let this boil go for a minute. It has to reach this temperature. And it's going to stay here and activate everything. Trust me, I've tried to do stuff not properly and it won't set up. It just doesn't work right. So we're going to gently stir constantly for this minute. Then we'll turn off the heat, skim the last bit of our foam, and then we'll be ready to jar it up and get it in the canner. Some people do open kettle and they just put hot liquid in and let it sit, but I choose to water bath. Stay tuned. Got the last of the foam out. I'm going to get our jars out. I'm going to turn my water up a little bit. I got my hot, sterile jars. I like to use a round cake pan because, as I mention in every video, if I have a jar break, it'll contain it. Just a few years ago, I had an entire quart jar of fresh maple syrup crack, and then the bottom busted out. And I was quite sad. But at the time, we still had carpet in our kitchen. Oh my gosh, what an absolute mess. Now if I'm doing a lot more than this, or quart jars, sometimes I'll use a big cake pan. But I find that for these small batches, all 7 will fit in this cake pan. Alright, I'm going to try to move a little quickly. Get this stuff out of the way. Turn my pan. And we're going to start filling. I try to avoid the last little bit of foam as much as possible. And I put that in the last one, which I keep for myself because I don't want to sell somebody a jar of jam with a bunch of foam in it. Alright. So I'll just keep rotating. Oh, I forgot to get my vinegar out. We're going to have to clean the rims here in a moment. Another benefit of using the cake pan, you can just rotate it and keep moving along. Might be able to get all this in this video. We'll see. I'm running out of time. Nope, we're going to run out. So in the next one, we'll get our lids on and get stuff in the canner. All the jars are filled. Got my vinegar, my wipe. We're going to clean these rims. I'm trying not to get my paper towel into the jam, which I do sometimes. Then I got to get a new one. And technically people say you're not supposed to use a paper towel because it can leave fibers and mess with the seal, blah, blah, blah. This is just how I do it. And there's a little bit on there, so I'm going to fold that in half. Double check these. Alright, got my little stick here. And start getting my lids out. And get them placed. It's a little full, but it'll be all right. It was very nice of you to say bless you to her. Now, I don't know if I can do the lids while I'm holding the phone. Like I said, I don't have time to pull out my little tripod thing. Of course, I'm a mom. I can do anything one-handed. Oops. Like pulling my lids back off because this is magnetic. Oh, that lid looks a little warped. I'm not going to use that one. I always have extra lids in here. go ahead and get one of these on. Get it out of our way here. Okay, pause. Alright, I went ahead and did the ones I had covered, fingertip tight. I'll get those put in the canner. Keep them hot. Give myself some more working space. Should have used my big canner. I could have put them all in at the same time, but I didn't think about it. Honestly, I just need to get a different rack in the bottom. I'll do that one last. Okay, hold please. Our last two with the rings on. I'll get those placed in. Here's the last one. Alright, get my lid. Turn our heat up. And wait. I happened to remember where my handy dandy little tripod was. I did dig it out because I need it for this step to show you. So I need to move fast and have two hands. I don't want to run another batch in the canner. That's going with my 7 jars. And I have jam left over. So, for these ones, I will do the hot or open kettle method. So I've got my jam reheated. It's boiling a little bit actually. And I put my jars in there on their side, which you're not supposed to put them right on the bottom, but whatever, it'll be fine for a minute. So in order to do this open kettle method, I have to move fast and keep everything hot. And clear a spot to put my jars here after I fill them. I need another towel. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn this off because it's boiling. I don't want it to boil way too much. I'm going to go one at a time. Keep my jars hot as possible. So you've got jar. Oops. That's all those little things that make things take longer. I should have. And the hot kettle ones I keep for us. Just a little bit more in there. And stick hot lid. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost messed up. See what happens when you're in a hurry? And that is super duper hot. Get a very hot lid. Come on, get out of there. Very hot ring. I'm gonna get that set down. There's another one. Hot, hot, hot. What, baby? Your other slipper? I will help you find your other slipper in just a moment, okay? Okay. Nope, nope, please don't touch that. Mama's got to finish this right now before this cools down. Okay. No, there's a little bit there. I'm not going to overfill this jar. Alright, honey. Touch up my vinegar. Clean this rim. Starting to get a little bit less than the last batch. I had a lot more foam this time around. I think it took too long getting it to temperature and stirred it a lot. Leave the buttons alone, please. Oh, you want an apple? Okay. Give me just a moment. I'll cut one up for you. Until I've used this lid many times. Okay. So there's one more. I'm going to set it down. And then what's left in here, I'll put in a little dish just for us. So these two will sit here, and as it cools down, they'll seal. Because it's hot liquid, hot jars, hot lids, hot rings, so that'll be just fine. And we're going to take a peek. And we're not boiling yet, but I've got my heat up. As soon as this starts boiling, we're going to process for 10 minutes. I think our water's boiling. I see some steam coming out. Be careful, lift away from you. Yep, we're sure boiling. I'm going to set our timer. I'm going to turn this down just a touch. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. My dinosaur microwave that's probably going to outlive my children. 10 minutes. I just heard one of the jars seal on my hot kettle ones, so that's a good sign. Our water's boiling. We've got 7.5 minutes left. 10 minutes is up. I'm going to turn off our heat. Come on. Take our lid off. Lift away from you. Let the water run in. We're going to leave them for 5 minutes. Almost time. Alright. Well, these are done. It's been 5 minutes. Excuse my recording because my little one has had it. So, I'm really multitasking here. Tried to put her down for a nap when I could take a break earlier. She wasn't having it. So we're going to get these out. I'm hearing the lids pop already. Oh, come on. Whoops. Oh, nothing wrong. Just trying not to break any of them. Alright, one more. There we have it. There we go. We have 9 beautiful jars of jam. And they will sit here and continue to cool and seal. It actually looks like most of them have already popped. They'll sit here for 24 hours. I'll check seals and then I will label them and store them and put a bunch for sale. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and interact and maybe share some of these videos. Thank you.